happy hump day. Today is day one of how did I form the concrete cantilever patio for Project Fletcher Bay. Well, sit tight and you're gonna see. Boop. Good morning. It's Wednesday. It's raining and I have decided to change up my focus as I wait on steel. So what does that mean? Well, let me show you. This area right here is a patio. Well, it's going to be. It's going to be about an 8-inch concrete slab poured on top of this that cantilevers over about 6 feet to that post right there. So what I'm going to do is work on forming this up. Now, there's one really important reason why I'm shifting my focus, and that is because in order to pass my framing inspection, I have to have this fireplace that's going on here framed, and I can't do that without my patio, obviously. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. And guess what? I looked all over the interwebs trying to find information on how to form a concrete cantilever for a patio. I couldn't find it. So alert went off and said, you know what would be a great idea? You should film this and show people how you did it. Now, just because I'm doing it doesn't mean it's the right way, but it's one way, and you're going to see whether or not my way works. There's going to be a little bit of improvisation here, some making things up along the way, but that's the beauty in all this. Problem solving, figuring things out. So, yeah, wish me luck. Let's get started. Boom. Love this thing. All right, so now that I got it all pretty much cleaned out, I'm gonna fill this up, and I think I'm gonna try to go to that level right there. I don't have much fill right now. It's coming on Friday, but this isn't the final. This is just to get this as level as I can for the time being, and then I'm gonna start pulling numbers off to get these things square, and then I'll show you that process. Number 5. Did you happen to see that? That was pretty funny, huh? Knocked over the wheelbarrow twice. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. I'm not insane because after twice, I fixed it. All right, check it out. So that's what we got so far. Just gonna level that out, see what we're working with. Again, it's not to get this entirely flat, it's just to get a nice level surface to work on as I frame. what I'm going to do, because underneath here is our septic and there's drains, before I pour the concrete, I'm going to make sure that this ground is nice, compact, so that basically any forms or shoring that I have that are supported or above this ground have the hardest possible natural surface that I'm able to give it, so that the weight of the concrete doesn't push down. Obviously there's going to be forms, shoring, and then this, but man, that concrete, I think for every yard of concrete it's 4,000 pounds, and this general area here is about two and a half yards of concrete once it's all formed up and thickness and such. So yeah, let's get to leveling this out. This is one of my most favorite tools ever. If you worked in concrete, you know what it is. If you don't, if you didn't, you probably don't. But this is used for placing concrete. It moonlights as one of the best tools for creating a level surface when you're doing gardening. Get them, Home Depot, it's like 20 bucks. Love it. If you can even see it, I don't know, but did you know a quick way to kill weeds with no chemicals or flames is by putting a tarp over them and just suffocating the shit out of them? Bleep that out. You don't see it here, but on the opposite side of me, I kept a tarp on the lawn, this portion of the yard, for about a month. Rain, everything, all the weight that fell on it just basically creates a suffocation level and just kills the weeds. I don't know if that's scientifically proven, but it's worked a handful of times for me, and so I just keep doing it. That's what I'm doing right here. What I'm doing currently is marking level on either side of the patio so that I can set more or less like a, I don't know, like a rim joist or something of that sort, so that I create a nice level plane just below the top of the existing, I'm going to call it a stem wall, which is the base of the patio. So check it out. Got my rotary laser all set up, and made a mark on this side of the patio so that I have a benchmark. So I'm just going to double check that, make sure I get my reading, and then I'm going to go over to the other side, make a mark, and then from there I'm going to get my big stick, and then I'm going to write or mark a level line the length of the existing structure, and that is going to set my level, right? So eventually, once I get to form this, since it is a slab, I want to make sure that I have the correct slope. So this right now is more or less setting the foundation, and then when I build my form up, I'm going to do my 1/4 inch slope for every 12 inches. So here we go. Right on the money, baby. All right. For reference sake, I'll double check here, make sure that height is the same as what it is down here. So basically top of my form. So Now I'm gonna go over to the other side to make sure I have it over there. Just do a little whirly whirl with this thing so it knows where I'm going. Follow me. Got it? Perfect. Bingo. Got it there. Now let's just double check here. Again, that's top, so got it. It's a good start. Turn that off. Now I'm gonna go over here, wipe with my big stick, keep it. Okay. This is gonna hold future support. Form meaning support form, not the actual thing, because you'll see basically what happens on this corner, what happens on each side of the patio is about a 6 to 7 inch cantilever over this existing structure. So we got the cantilever on each side, and then we got the main cantilever in this section. All right, same day, different glasses. Let me show you what I've got so far. First of all, I hate these things. I know there's a time and place for them, but like I just can never use them effectively whenever I try to. So that was strike one. Then strike two, I don't have them out here, but I had those like anchor bolts where you pound in, tighten, and then expands. Those just were garbage as well. So I went with Old Faithful. I freaking love these things. Titan HD by Simpson. I got 3/8 by 5 inch, and I got one there, one there, one there. And so let me explain this. So what I did was I measured level all the way to the end, okay? That was this line. And then I dropped it about an inch, and I said, okay, well, I'm gonna put something on top of this. So either going to go with 3/4 inch sheathing for the forms, or maybe 1 1/8. So I dropped it there thinking I have a little bit more space. So whatever is going to happen, it's going to raise it up just past this area, the form, and that's going to create the bottom of the slab. And so basically this existing concrete is going to be covered and going to become one with the new patio or the new slab. So that's what I got. It's working pretty well. Got one done. Started this one over here. I've got everything out. I've got the big drill. Got the impact wrench. I got the little drill. Just going to town. So check it out as I set this bad boy up. So good way to think of this is it's more or less like a ledger board. I'm going to have a form sitting right on top of this that's going to come out to here too, because this is going to, the concrete's going to be poured from there to top of this pressure treated. There it is. This by no means is the end game here. This is the very beginning. All right, so calling it a day. It's pretty productive, I think. I didn't film everything. Battery was running low, and there's a lot of tools out